So in today's video, I want to give you the question of, is Fortnite currently in a good spot? Is the most recent season, the one we're currently in, a good way to take Fortnite, or has the series sort of gone downhill a little bit and become not really like Fortnite? If you were playing this game back in 2017, 2018, you likely wouldn't think that in a couple years' time there'd be a season about Greek mythology and you'd be able to throw lightning bolts at people and have all these different weapons based on Greek mythology. You probably wouldn't believe me if I told you that years ago, but obviously now here we are. And I am curious what you guys think about this season. So before I get into the video, drop in the comments. Do you like this season? Do you think it was a good way to take Fortnite, or do you think it was sort of a weird direction? Because I'm going to be discussing both points and then we're going to see whether or not this was actually the right move for Fortnite. So, let's talk about some of the positive aspects of this season. Now, you'll see a lot of people online saying that OG Fortnite is a better game overall. And basically, to spoil my opinion, I tend to agree. Even though OG Fortnite was very limiting, I think that when they brought it back last year, they struck gold with it because they mixed new Fortnite with old Fortnite, and they gave us all the old items and weapons with the old map, but they kept things that make the game a lot smoother now. So things like sliding and sprinting and like the actually be able to, climb over fences and stuff. That was a really great addition, and I think that was the best I've actually ever seen Fortnite be, and it's the funnest I've had. Now, does that automatically mean that everything before the OG Fortnite season, which I'm talking about the one from last year in like November, October, so it was only a month, unfortunately, but does that mean everything before that and after that is worse? Absolutely not. I think that they've made some really good additions in this newest chapter. So with 1 and 2, they added a lot of different modes with, the festival, rocket racing, Lego Fortnite, obviously. They've added a whole bunch more, and it seems like they're trying to make Fortnite a game not just about the Battle Royale, but it reminds me sort of like Roblox or GTA, where sure, it's about, for GTA's case, it's about, stealing cars and committing crime, but you don't have to do that. You can just do racing or, do random jobs and stuff, which usually are illegal, but that's not the point. You know what I'm trying to say, that you can have so many different things to do. They don't have to be illegal. And for the case of Fortnite, you have so many things to do, but they don't have to be about shooting people with guns. You can play, Guitar Hero or Rocket League. Like it's got a lot going for it, I think. And Fortnite's definitely in a good spot right now. But there are still people that don't love this season, and I am actually one of them. So this season has been very interesting. This newest chapter is definitely, I wouldn't say controversial, but there's some things that just don't work. So I'll give my opinions on this chapter. It is by no means the worst one we've seen, but I also wouldn't say it's close to one of the best we've seen. I'm not a very big Greek mythology sort of person, so this battle pass and thing as a whole doesn't really work for me. I don't think it's amazing or terrible. It's just solid. I think that the changes to the map are fine. I don't love it, don't hate it. You'll notice that throughout this video, I'm just very in the middle. I don't love this, but I don't hate it either. It's fine. You'll also notice that I'm stumbling a little because I can't remember whether it's called Chapter 5 Season 2 or Season... No, what am I trying to say? I don't know. I'll just pop it on the text. On the video. But you know what I mean. I can't remember if it's called Chapter 5 Season 2 or, Season 5 Chapter 2. I don't know. Anyways, point is, back to the video. It's a very in-the-middle season. Is it better than the last season? By season, I mean the bit that came before it, because again, can't remember which way it goes. Honestly, no. I think it's a lot weaker, but that doesn't mean it's not fun, and it doesn't mean it's worse. It just means that it's not as great, because I think that was one of the best seasons we've actually seen for a while, actually. But this one is a worthy successor. It's just not quite as good. But I would say that the sort of opinion around this season is, for a majority at least, pretty positive. I don't think Fortnite has had a massive drop-off like they usually do when it comes to new seasons. Usually the first, part of that season does pretty well, and then the player base sort of dwindles until they start the next chapter or season. So I think Fortnite's going okay at the moment, and it definitely helps they've added all these different modes because they've sort of helped people want to stick around a little longer. Now, what are some more negative aspects? Because there definitely are some, and I wouldn't say I've experienced this, but I know that some people think that these new sort of god weapons are a little unfair, a little annoying, especially the thunderbolts, lightning bolts and stuff that you can throw down at people. They can be pretty crazy. Personally, I'm not a big fan of the wings. I, to be honest, kind of hate them. I really hate the wings. I think that they were sort of a bad inclusion. They make sense in terms of the plot, but I just don't like them. I think they're very annoying. And yeah, whenever I open a chest and see one, I'm like, yeah, I'm not picking that up. Because I just find them, I don't know if I'd say they're unfair, but I don't like when Fortnite has things in the sky. Like when there was like planes and stuff, that was fine, but I'm pretty sure they were like a bitch to fly, so it kind of made it fair. This is insanely easy to just get up in the sky and just start killing people. Like, I don't know. I don't love it, but this video isn't really about my opinion. It's just about the overall sort of census around the game right now. Like another sort of negative thing is sort of the map. It was pretty unchanged. That's not a bad thing per se, but I think maybe some people were expecting the map to change. They did add some decent changes to it. As I said, I'm not the biggest fan of them, but for the story they're telling, it works pretty well. It's serviceable. I don't have too much to say. And the final thing I want to talk about is the battle pass, because I do think it is pretty weak. Again, it makes sense for the story that, the characters that they included, but I think that it's a pretty weak battle pass, and you can disagree. Of course, I completely understand that, but I think that this battle pass is a lot weaker than the previous one, and probably the sort of last few sort of previous battle passes. I think it's weaker because, again, not a big Greek mythology dude over here, but I do think it's not the worst we've had, right? We've definitely had worse battle passes, and this one is definitely, I'd say it might be the most sort of story-driven battle pass we've seen, if that makes sense. But they're sort of putting more emphasis on Fortnite's story now, and while, yeah, I might make a video sort of looking into the Fortnite storyline later down the road, I definitely think that for now the story is questionable. They keep adding in a whole bunch of different, plot lines and just a whole bunch of stuff. I want to know what happened to our boy Peely. I don't know where he's gone. He could just be dead, I don't know. But that poor guy, I don't think he's been mentioned this season, so I don't know what's going on with him. But what I do know is I would love to know what you guys think of this season. Do you think it was the right way to take Fortnite? Do you think maybe they should have made more changes, less changes? Should the season have been about Greek mythology, or should it have been sort of a more, like, follow up the storyline of the previous one a little bit more? I'd love to know what you guys think. Please consider subscribing and leaving a like on the video. I'm going to be making a lot of Fortnite videos down the line, so if you're a fan of that, please consider showing some support in any way. It's really appreciated. I hope you enjoyed, and have a great day, everyone.